Hello everybody, this is Celeste TV. I'm Celeste and this is my guide on how to improvise like a pro. Action is the situation you're in, what you are doing part of the platform, if you will. This endowment is very important because it gets the narrative up and running. Acting is actually mostly about action. Whoa, Wendy, no punching! I mean, not all action is fighting after all. Anyways, examples of this include engageable action, which is compelling enough for the viewers to maintain their attention like action movies do so well. Stop it, Wendy!
The places where it's happening now, it's the where we are part of the platform. This endowment includes the actual physical location, if any props are used, the time period it's set in, or even the time of day. It's also called stage setting. This can be a park, a school, a stage, the list goes on. I mean, just look at where we are now.
Waffling is?
I know, waffle!
Wendy, that's not waffling. Silly intern. No, waffling is the postponing of the ideas running in a performance. For example, while a performer may go on and on talking his or her head off, there is no solid offer of action given, meaning the performance goes nowhere, and the other actors or actor have to force their partner to finally come up with an endowment. You may think blocking is a karate move to defend yourself while fighting. Well, no, I'm sorry, you're very wrong. Blocking is pretty much not accepting another person's offer in a performance, but either rejecting it, ignoring it, or denying the idea given, refusing to go along with it. I say we need to get rid of these three main ways to reject fellow performers. An example of this is if a performer asks another performer, "Hey, let's go down to Sunnyside Park," and the other replies and says, "No, I don't want to. Let's go to the movie theater downtown instead. Besides, we can today. It's Haley!" Ha! Characters are who you are, who the performer is part of the platform, honey. This may include occupation, age, personality, morals, or gender. The aggregated features who form who the individual is, and their nature is also the character, if you want to get that technical, huh? Now let me play you a little song. To be an awesome improviser, you have to first become one with the art and follow the following 3 tips or strategies. Beginning scenes can be a tricky thing because basically you want to cut to the chase to the interesting stuff as soon as possible. This is why most of the time you begin a scene with 2 people or 2 people who share common history. And remember, don't start off awkwardly by saying to another performer, "Hey, what do you want to do?" and they reply and say, "I don't know, what do you want to do?" or offer something they can't work with, like randomly screaming in a scene, as they won't know what it's about and it will plummet into nothingness. The first 10 seconds of a performance are crucial, I say. Be very specific. It's good to be specific while performing as it gives the other performer something that they can work with and something that they can react to much easier if you don't use objectives. So if you're going to say, "Wow, nice car," why not make it, "Wow, a 1979 Volvo station wagon"? Using adjectives really help accelerate the scene development for sure. And finally,
I'm good at improvising, I cannot lie. You other performers can't deny. I'm gonna go walk in with an itty bitty grin with an idea to move the scene along. You get stung.
office party! Aww. Thanks, Wendy, for playing us a highly inappropriate, not planned, but still kind of on topic song. That woman really gets on my nerves sometimes. I should fire her. Anyway, don't deny any other performer's ideas, as denial is trashing what somebody else has already set up or is trying to set up. Instead, accept that offer to move the scene along and base the performance on their starting idea. There are loopholes of getting away with this, of course. And why not respond to their idea by saying, "There's no denying that," to remind yourself not to trash their ideas. You incorporate tension into improv by making or creating an intensifying scene, building the dramaticness to a point where you have to release it, but you also have to get this right, otherwise your audience will be either hanging off the edge of their seats in anticipation, or they'll get too bored if there's too much release or laid back kind of tension. For example, you can do this by adding a problem or a task that the characters have to complete. Relationships can be made, maintained, or broken. You can even add a little surprise in the performance where the other characters in the audience don't know what's ahead. And you can even add a little mystery.
where the characters in the audience are trying to guess what's happening and what it all means. Without tension, the performance would be dull and boring. By weaving the element of surprise or mystery into your performances, you can make them better and more entertaining. You should incorporate focus into improvisation by getting the performer to create and sustain concentration and belief, as they must be in focus with their character and motivations. And the other actors of this could actually break the focus as well. The audience also needs to be in focus, so you can create this focus through the space, motives, props, gestures, eye contact, voice. Pretty much all the elements of drama can combine to create focus. Focus is important to the audience suspension of disbelief, and if not kept, the action will become blurred and the direction lost. You can also incorporate this by shifting the focus from one person to another and make them the center of attention. By looking up to them literally, being in the background as an extra perhaps, having that person center stage, and even using minimal hand gestures, not like this, and actions compared to the other performers can also help shift the focus. Situation is part of the platform, and without incorporating it into your performances, there will be no good specific idea to go with, and your performance will go nowhere. You need to first come up with a situation before you go on with your performances. It's very important in setting up a good, smoothly running performance that would be much easier for you to understand the audience, so that the performers or performer and you yourself know what's actually going to happen in the scene. A set of circumstances in which one finds oneself in, or a state of affairs or conflicts in which takes place in a relation to its surroundings, sums up a situation that is used in drama. For example, say a scene including two people fighting was set up as a performance in a playground. The situation in the scene would be one of hostile angriness between the two people who are fighting over something, probably ridiculous, and this tells the audience roughly what's happening at this point in time. With that situation, the scene wouldn't move along at all.
Sorry everybody, this concludes tonight's episode of Celeste TV, but join me next week in the next exciting episode where I show you how to stage fight properly without damaging the other said person. Well, good night everybody!
Wendy, where's my coffee? I swear I'm gonna fire that girl when I find her. Wendy!
Oh, I'm coming! Please don't fire me, Miss Skinner. I'll try better next time. But there won't be a next time, 'cause I quit. Oh yeah.
So ungrateful.